All right, guys, let's see. I'm going to get down this left-hand side. These are some basic evaluation problems, so this shouldn't be any big deal. Okay, so if I go f of 0, okay, I just got to evaluate here. Okay, so obviously we're going to get 0 squared. Down here we'd have 0 squared minus 2 times 0 minus 15. Okay, so clearly we're going to get 0 over 0 minus 15, which gives us 0 over negative 15, which clearly is 0. Okay, so that's about as easy as it gets. Okay, so let's see, f of negative 8, no big deal. Okay, so I'm going to get negative 8 squared over negative 8 squared minus 2 times negative 8 minus 15. Okay, so we've got a 64 up above. This would be 64 plus, let's see, what would that be? Plus 16 minus 15. Okay, so I'm going to get a 64 up above. And let's see, this guy right here, that'd be 1. So I'd get 64 plus 1, so 65. And we're done. Okay, can't get any easier than that. Okay, now you got to be careful here. We go f of 3x. Okay, so let's see. Okay, up above, I got to make sure I square all of 3x. Okay, so like that. Okay, then down below, again, I have to make sure I square all of 3x. Okay, like that. Okay, then minus 2 times 3x minus 15. Okay, so we are going to get 9x squared when we square the 3x. We're going to get 9x squared right here. Let's see, 2 times 3x is 6x minus 15. Okay, then you got to check to make sure it's reduced. And notice the only thing I could possibly do is see if I can factor out a GCF down here to cancel with the 9x squared up above, okay, which I can do. Okay, so I've got that 9x squared right there. Notice down here the GCF would be 3. So I factor that out, I'm left with 3x squared minus 2x minus 5, and then I can cancel a factor of 3 down there and a factor of 3 up here. Okay, so in reduced form, it would be 3x squared all over 3x squared minus 2x minus 5. Okay, and we're good to go. Okay, that's about all you can do there. And we go down to the fourth one, f of 4x plus 1. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this one's going to require a little bit more work. Okay, so I got to make sure I put the 4x plus 1 in for x up here. 4x plus 1 squared. Okay, I got to do the same thing down below. So it'd be 4x plus 1 squared minus 2 times 4x plus 1 minus the 15. Okay. All right, so I'm going to need a little bit more room here. So let me get that out of the way. Okay, so let's see. Up above, well, we've got formulas to do that. Okay, take the first term and square it, so I get 16x squared. Bring the plus down. 2 times 4x times 1 would be 8x. Plus 1 squared is 1. Notice I'm going to get the same thing down here. Okay, so I get the 16x squared plus 8x plus 1. Now here you have to distribute a negative 2. That's going to be minus 8x minus 2, and then bring down the minus 15. And then we just simplify and see what happens. So I've got a 16x squared plus 8x plus 1. Down below, notice that that 8x and that 8x cancel each other off. Okay, so I'm just going to be left with that 16x squared. And then I have a plus 1, a minus 2, and a minus 15. Okay, so let's see. That would be minus, what, 16? Like that. And then you got to see whether or not it's reduced. Okay, so you look at it in factored form. Now we know up above, okay, that's 4x plus 1 squared. Okay, so we know that. Down below, notice you have a GCF of 16. So when I factor that out, I get x squared minus 1. and that is a difference of 2 squares. Okay, so I can factor that. Okay, so up above we have that 4x plus 1 squared. Down below I've got the GCF of 16, and then x squared minus 1 factors into x plus 1 times x minus 1. So if you look at what we have here, there's nothing that I can cancel off. Okay, so there's your answer right here. Okay, you could present this as an answer. That's 100% okay. It's reduced. You could even, submit this as an answer. Okay, this guy right here would just be the factored form of the answer. Okay, but either one of those 2 answers is 100% acceptable. Just a matter of which one you want to submit.